This is Kinect Sports Rivals.
Kinect Sports Rivals is a collection of 6 sports-themed minigames that range from mildly enjoyable events like wake racing and rock climbing to a thoroughly underwhelming and absurd approximation of soccer. It's good for some short bursts of goofy, physical fun, but Kinect Sports Rivals is neither a strong assortment of motion-controlled games nor an entirely promising showcase for the capabilities of the new Kinect.
Coach is gonna tell you how to not totally humiliate yourself out there.
Before you compete in your first event, Rivals invites you to create your own champion, the digital representation of you who will battle it out in sporting events across the game's island setting. For this process, the Kinect scans your face, then creates a character who may or may not bear a recognizable likeness to you. The shape of the face might have an uncanny similarity to yours, or you might see no resemblance whatsoever between yourself and your champion. Still, it's always fun to see what the game comes up with. When you do get to the island, Kinect Sports Rivals starts by putting its best foot forward. You're ushered into your new life as a sporting champion with some wake racing, what we might more commonly call jet ski racing. The controls are simple, intuitive, and responsive. To steer, you turn your arms like you're turning handlebars, and you can ease up on the throttle by opening your right hand. When you go over ramps, you can do flips with a quick lean forwards or backwards, and you can lean from side to side to turn more sharply. The courses are gorgeous, and there's a sense of impact with the water as your jet ski crashes against larger waves. Rock climbing also works quite well. Here you just move your arms and then close your hands to grasp handholds, then move your arms down to pull yourself up. It's especially fun when competing with a friend because you can grab opponents by the leg and send them plummeting to a digital demise. Camera angles create a sense of precariousness as you cling to the undersides of rock surfaces. It's too simple to stay interesting for long, but it's hard to imagine the activity of rock climbing being more effectively converted into a Kinect activity than it is here. Bowling plays out exactly as you'd expect. You make a motion mimicking the release of a bowling ball to make your champion release his or her bowling ball. The motions you have to make to put spin on the ball are exaggerated, so it doesn't feel as natural as, say, Wii Sports bowling. But it's still satisfying to rack up the spares and strikes. Similarly, tennis is played by just making swinging motions with your arm, and sending the ball rocketing past your opponent faster than he or she can react feels good. The last 2 events, however, are exercises in absurdity and frustration. In target shooting, you just point at the screen, moving your hand around to line up crosshairs with targets. Once a target is lined up, you fire automatically. Some targets need to be shot in sequence, and other targets have skulls on them. Hitting these costs you points. Even if this worked perfectly, pointing at a screen would hardly be a thrilling way to spend your time, but it doesn't work perfectly. Crosshairs sometimes jitter around, which is a big problem in an event that's supposed to be entirely about precision. Rivals' version of soccer is a silly attempt to boil the sport down to something that can be played just by kicking and occasionally banging your head. You kick the ball from one team member to another, timing and bending your kicks to avoid defensemen who slide back and forth. The game doesn't respond to all of your kicking motions, and making shots on goal can be infuriating when you clearly try to kick the ball to one side or another and then see it fly straight into the middle of the goal and the goalkeeper's eager hands. Surrounding the events are progression systems that have your champion earning coins, fans, and experience points. But if the events aren't good enough to keep you coming back, these unnecessary systems won't either. Kinect Sports Rivals is an inconsistent collection that'll get you up off the couch and moving around for a bit of mild fun, but that's about the best you can say for it.
Oh yeah! Trick it, baby!